translating from verbal to numerical notes. So sometimes you'll be asked to change a sentence of words into a math problem. And there are 3 questions I need for you to always ask yourself when you do this. First one is the word is in the sentence? So is there an is, or some other word that indicates an equal sign? So if there is a word that indicates an equal sign, what I want you to do is I want you to draw what I call a brick wall in it. So you're just going to draw a vertical line right through the middle of that word. The second question you need to ask yourself is the word than in the sentence? And then I call it the great reverser. And the reason I call it the great reverser is because it switches the order of the problem around. So what you need to do, if there is a than in the problem, is to underline the word than, circle everything in front of it, and send everything in front of it back to the back of the problem or to the brick wall. And then the third thing is you need to ask yourself, is there some kind of a variable that needs defining? And remember that when we define a variable, that means we say what the letter we're using to replace a value in a problem is worth. So for example, D equals dog, C equals cat, H equals hours, X equals numbers, N equals numbers, whatever. So this is the worksheet we went through in class, but I just want to go over it with you again in case you're a little unsure. So let's look at this. So remember at the top of the worksheet, you've got this nice bit of words in here. You also have that chart in your notebook, the one that looks something like this with the circle in the center with the different words around it. So those words are what's going to tell you what operator you're going to use. You're going to add, you're going to subtract, you're going to multiply or divide. And then here I've got the questions I need for you to be asking yourself. Is there an is? Is there a than? Is there something that needs defining? So the first question we're going to look at is number 1. And number 1, 12 more than a number. So is there an is in this sentence or something else that means an equal sign? No, there is not. So I got to question 2. Is there a than? Yes, there is. So I'm going to underline the word than, circle everything in front of that, and send it to the back. And then the third thing is there a variable that needs defining? So yes, in this sentence there is. It says a number. So I'm going to say that a number, n equals a number. Okay? And so now I'm going to start. And you always start, because this is now in the back, I'm going to start with a number. So to translate this from verbal into numerical, I'm going to write n plus 12. Because more than means to add. So n plus 12. And the reason that the 12 is second is because that word than switched the order of it. Okay? Number 2, the quotient of a number divided by 9. So is there an is? No. Is there a than? No. Is there a variable that needs defining? Yes. Yes, there is. So once again, I'm going to use n equals number. And you have to do this for every problem so that the reader knows what those things stand for. So because there was nothing that's going to switch the order and so forth, I'm just going to start from left to right. Quotient I know means to divide. So I'm going to write a number n divided by 9. But a better way to, or a different way to write this would be a number divided by 9. Because remember, all fractions mean divide. Because it says the quotient of a number, sometimes people will write it like this because that word of sometimes also indicates parentheses. The next one, 4 times a number, is nope, than, no, a number, yes. So starting from left to right, I'm just going to write 4 times a number. So I could write 4 times n, 4 times n, or 4 times n. I'm not going to write this because this x could be considered a variable, and then that would mean 4 times the value of x times the value of n. So once we get into this kind of writing, we kind of just get rid of thinking about that as a multiplication symbol. Your parentheses, your raised dot, or just the variable and the number next to each other. Fourth question, is there a than? Or is there an is? No. Is there a than? Yes. So I circle it, or underline it, circle everything in front of it, send it to the back. Do I need to define? Yes. And starting here at a number. So n, 15 less than that is minus 15. Okay. All right, the next one is a little bit more intricate. Is there an is? No. Is there a than? Yes. Circle it, and it's everything at the back. This problem is different I don't need to define my variable because I have that m right there and I know what that is. So it says the product of m and 3. So product needs to multiply. So I'm going to write 3m. And then I've got that 1 less than that. So it's 3m minus 1. The last one, is there an is? No. Is there a then? No. Is there something that needs to be defined? Yes. So here I'm going to write number equals n. The product of 4 times a number minus 8. So I could write it like this. I could say the product of 4 times a number minus 8, or I could write 4n minus 8. Next slide. Here are your questions up here. Remember, you always need to ask these questions before you start these. So is there an is or some other word that indicates an equal sign? Yes, there is. So I'm going to draw my brick wall right there. That's my equal sign. Is there a then? No. Is there something that needs defining? Yes. So n equals number. So going from left to right, a number minus 6 equals 12. Next one, is or equals? Yes, right here. Then, no. A variable that needs defining? Yes. Whoops. N equals number. Starting from left to right, n plus 14 equals 25. Next one, is there an is or some other word that means equals? Yes. So you draw your brick wall in the middle of it. This makes your equation so that you see what's on the left and you see what's on the right. Is there a then? Yes. So you underline it, circle everything in front of it, and send it to the back or to the brick wall, because remember, it can't get through that wall. Now we're going to go from left to right. Oh, do we have to define anything? Yes. N equals number. Now, starting from the left, 5 times a number, 3 more than that, equals 18. Remember that when you send that stuff to the back, you need to remember to include it in your problem. Next one, is there an is? Yes. Is there a then? No. Is there a variable that needs defining? Actually, this problem has 2. So I'm going to say C equals cows and D equals ducks. So I'm going to go through 4 times the number of cows plus 2 times the number of ducks is equal to 20. Last 2, is there a is? Yes. Draw that brick wall. Is there a then? Yes. Circle it. Send everything to the back. And now we start here. Is there a number that needs things defining? Yes. N equals number. So here we go. The quotient of 12 divided by a number is 2, or 2 less than that. So the quotient of a number, so I could do n divided by 12 minus 2 equals 2. Or I could do, or wait, should it be 12 divided by a number? So it should be 12 divided by n. Or I could do 12 divided by a number minus 2 equals 2. And the last one, is there an is? Yes. Is there a then? No. Is there a variable that needs defining? No, because in this problem, the y is just y. So starting left to right, so the product of 5 and y, so 5y added to 3 equals 33.